In this example, we're given two sets of polygons, set A and set B. We're told the polygons in set A have at least two 90-degree angles or right angles and at least one pair of parallel sides. Remember, parallel sides are two sides that if they were extended would never intersect. So again, these polygons here have at least two 90-degree or right angles indicated by the square in the interior part of each angle, and they also have at least one parallel sides. We're also given additional information about the lengths of the sides indicated by the tick marks. For example, in this polygon here, because these three sides have a single tick mark, that means these three sides have the same length. Here, all four sides have the same length, and here, the opposite sides have the same length. This side has the same length as this side because both sides have a single tick mark, and this side has the same length as this side because both sides have two tick marks. We're also told the polygons in set B, this set here, have at least two pairs of sides of equal length and at least two pairs of parallel sides. So again, these polygons here have at least two pairs of sides of equal length and at least two pairs of parallel sides. And again, we're also given additional information about the lengths of the sides based upon the tick marks. So here all four sides have the same length. In this polygon, the four short sides have the same length and the two long sides have the same length. And here again, all 8 sides have the same length. And for our rectangle, only the opposite sides have the same length. But notice how this rectangle does have at least two pairs of sides of equal length because opposite sides have the same length. We're asked to select all the statements that are true from the given 5 statements. So first, every polygon in set A is a parallelogram. Let's review the definition of a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, as we see pictured here. So because a parallelogram must be a quadrilateral, this first statement is not going to be true because notice how this first polygon has 5 sides, and therefore it's a pentagon. And also notice how this last polygon only has one parallel sides. These two sides are parallel, these two sides are not. And therefore this is a trapezoid, which is not a parallelogram. So this first statement is not true, so we don't check it. The second statement is every polygon in set B is a quadrilateral. Remember, a quadrilateral is a polygon that has 4 sides. So notice how these two polygons are not quadrilaterals because they do not have 4 sides, and therefore the second statement is not true. This polygon has 6 sides, so it's called a hexagon, and this polygon has 8 sides, and therefore it's called an octagon. And because all 8 sides have the same length, we can also call this a regular octagon. The third statement is every polygon in set A has at least one right angle, and this statement is true because remember we were told the polygons in set A have at least two 90-degree angles or right angles. So if all of them have at least two 90-degree angles or right angles, then of course all the polygons have at least one right angle. The next statement is there is one rhombus in set B. Where for review, a rhombus is a quadrilateral in which both pair of opposite sides are parallel and all sides have the same length. So looking at the polygons in set B, this polygon here is a rhombus because, as indicated by the tick marks, all 4 sides have the same length, and we're also told each polygon has at least 2 pairs of parallel sides, which in this case means the opposite sides are also parallel. So we do have exactly one rhombus in set B. I do want to point out here though, if we didn't have the single tick marks on all 4 sides, we would not have enough information to mark this fourth statement as true because we were only told that each polygon has at least 2 pairs of sides of equal length. This does not mean all 4 sides have the same length. Notice how this rectangle fits this condition because this pair of opposite sides have the same length, and so does this pair of opposite sides. Again, this does not mean that all 4 sides would have the same length, but it was indicated by the tick marks. And then finally the last statement, there are 2 parallelograms in set B. And this statement is also going to be true because remember we were told that the polygons in set B have at least 2 pairs of sides of equal length, but more importantly, at least two pairs of parallel sides. So the two quadrilaterals in set B, this rhombus and this rectangle, because it only has four sides and it has to have at least two pairs of parallel sides, we know the opposite sides must be parallel, and therefore it's true that for set B there are two parallelograms. The second and third polygons cannot be parallelograms because they're not quadrilaterals, meaning they don't have four sides. Here we have a hexagon because it has six sides, and here we have an octagon because it has eight sides. I hope you found this helpful.